Before you decide to leave your kids at home alone, unsupervised, please watch this video to the end and learn from this woman's story. The lady you're seeing on your screen is called Chikazo. She is a lecturer and a nurse at a teaching hospital in Anambra State, Nigeria. She is married to a man called Edobi, and he too is a lecturer and a nurse at a teaching hospital in Edo State. Because they are civil servants, they were posted to different states. The husband in Edo State, while Chikazo remained in Anambra State. Chikazo lives with 3 of her children in the house, while the eldest child, who is a boy, is living in the boarding house where he schools. The ages of Chikazo's children range between 14 to 5. The eldest is a boy who is 14 years old. The next is a girl, she's 10. The next, another girl, 8. And the last, a boy 5 years old. Like I mentioned, since Chikazo was not living with her husband, she had to live a life almost like a single mother who had to make uncomfortable decisions to accommodate their various timetables and schedules. So what she used to do with her kids is that she will cook food in the morning, give them their breakfast, and make lunch so that when they come back from school, they'll be able to eat before she gets back from work. This has been working for them so far, and it was going on nicely with the 10-year-old watching over her siblings when her mother is away. However, on this fateful Saturday, Chikazo woke up as usual, gave her children breakfast, and made lunch for them. She told them that she was going to be late at work today because she had to supervise her students who were taking their final exams. So according to her, the plan was that when the children have their lunch, they will close the door and go for their catechismal classes, which they were taking at a nearby Catholic church. They will keep the key for her in their usual spot. She said that while she was at school, she received a call from one of her neighbors, a final year medical student who had just received a successful result in his final exams, and he had bought ice cream and cake for them to celebrate his success. Unfortunately, she was not at home, so he asked her if her children could eat the ice cream because he did not want it to melt away. She said she agreed, promising the guy that when she comes back, they will all celebrate by cutting the cake. Around 4 p.m. when she returned, she discovered that her door was open, which was unlike her kids, because when they want to leave the house, they always make sure that the doors are closed and the key is kept in their special spot. Before she could think much about the unlocked door, she saw her children's slippers and sandals in front of the house. So she felt like maybe they had not yet left for their catechismal training. She said that when she entered the house was very untidy. She said she noticed that the children had dished their lunch, but none of them had eaten because the lunch was still on the floor untouched. Seeing the state of the house, she started calling out to the kids and looking for them all over the house. Unfortunately, she did not receive any response. This is when she became concerned and went out to ask the neighbors if they had seen the kids. Unfortunately, they informed her that they had not seen the kids. The medical student who had called her earlier told her that the last time he saw the children was when he went to give them the ice cream and cake that he had called her about. When she heard this, she started to panic and decided to go to church to look for them there. Unfortunately, they were not there. She met the priest and they decided to both come back and look for the children at the house, with the belief that if they had gone somewhere, maybe they might be back. While they were going back to her house, she received a call again from one of her neighbors, one of the medical students, who was also looking for the children. And that's when she asked him to go again into her house and search for the children there, thinking that maybe she had not searched well. That's how this guy went into her house, searching everywhere, and later on stumbled on the children who had been packed in the deep freezer. In this interview, she also said that a neighbor of hers told her that she saw her children come into their house with 2 unknown men, but unfortunately she did not see when the men left. The whole story is so complicated because nobody is able to identify the men who were supposedly seen with the children last. Nobody knows what happened to the children. There are no CCTV cameras, so nobody can verify whether the story of the neighbor who saw the children come in to the house was legit or not. Nobody can tell anything. think. This is a very sad story, but I believe that the police is working tirelessly to make sure that those who committed this gruesome crime against these children are arrested and they serve their punishment in full. When situations like this happen, it is important that we draw 1 or 2 lessons from these stories so that we do not fall in the same traps. One of the first lessons that everyone should learn from this story is the importance of having CCTV cameras at home. If they had CCTV cameras at home, it would have been easy for her to know who came into her house and at what time they came and what activities they did in her house. Also, she would have been able to see it from her phone to know that there's a suspicious activity happening in her house, and she would have maybe been able to alert her neighbors to intervene on time. As a single parent or as a parent who is forced to leave his or her children at home unsupervised, it is good to invest in CCTV cameras because you will be able to monitor your children from your phone while you are at work. It is unfortunate that this woman had to lose her children in this gruesome manner. I pray that God comforts she and her husband and they are able to have justice for their kids. As a mother, if you are able to stay at home and take care of your kids and your husband is able to take care of all of you, please do not be so quick to reject the idea for the sake of your children. I'm not saying that this is what happened in this case. I'm just giving an advice for those who are still planning their lives and having their children, for those who have young children, and if your husband is able to afford it, please stay at home and take care of your children to avoid certain things like this. Because now, where this woman is, even if they give her the biggest salary in the world, I believe that as a mother, she would prefer her children to be alive than for her to receive money of any sort or of any sum. So please, let's try to look at the bigger picture and put our children's life and health first before we take any decisions in our lives. Kindly let us know what you think about this story. We also look forward to hearing your advice for mothers of young children out there and single mothers who are forced to work. What advice can you give them when it comes to making sure that their children are safe and secure at home? We look forward to reading all your comments. Please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much and see you in the next video. Bye.